What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link in discount code down in the description, but also in the pinned comment. Saw some people take advantage of it yesterday. It's a great deal. $9.99 gets you a t-shirt, shaker cup, some free samples. All you have to do is pay the $9.99 and the cost of shipping, and definitely saw the referrals pick up yesterday. If you guys want to support my channel, the best way truly you can do it is use my sponsors. Webull right now has a great promotion. All you have to do is click the link and open an account. They're going to give you free stock. You can leave it at that. But if you deposit $1, they are going to give you even more free stock. And I got to say, going to put a link down to Matt Allen's video. The trailer came out, and a lot of people saw the Pat Mahomes throw in the air and thought to themselves, I think a split mindset of, it's great that that's in the game, which I truly believe. It's very good to see EA going and getting animations in the game that replicate players. But if you've been in this community, you followed this game, you know this isn't the first time we've seen something like this happen. This happened with Odell Beckham Jr., where Odell Beckham had a once-in-a-lifetime catch. It was a unique moment in sports. But EA is known to take those moments and try to force them into the game. And you can't replicate a unique game moment. You can't. And when they did that, what happened is they opened this animation library up to every player. So you had players that weren't Odell Beckham's caliber of receiver making this catch. They also did this way back with David Tyree when he had the once-in-a-lifetime catch in the Super Bowl. EA decided we're going to replicate him catching the ball with his helmet. These are things that EA has done in the past over years, and they should know holistically fail. These processes don't work because you're forcing something that's happening organically. So when we take a look at the throw in the trailer yesterday, a lot of us thought, well, I hope no one else can do that. And yet here we are, Matt Allen, less than a day later, playing the beta clearly. You see this. This is Russell Wilson. This is an older quarterback doing this throw. You see the cover athlete, Josh Allen, doing this throw. This is what happens when EA tries to sell you a horse and pony show. They try to sell you the flash of, look what we've done. Look at how realistic this game is. We went and we put in this animation. But anyone that's played this game knows that the reality isn't the animations. It's the inconsistency of the animation. It's everyone getting the animation, or it's no one getting the animation. Because we've seen both sides of it. We've seen this side far too many times, where players are doing things, quite frankly, they just shouldn't be doing. But we've also seen just as many times where EA sits here and tells us hundreds and hundreds of new animations, and we just don't see them. But the reality also becomes, this is what happens when you're hyper-focused on the wrong things. I did a whole video yesterday, talked about issues with the trailer. Players that run the wrong direction on play action passes. And yet you have the mindset at EA to put in throwing animations. We've talked about for years, fundamental X's and O's. If they don't work, nothing else matters. And that isn't a unique Madden issue. Every game that comes out gets criticized because they do things, they put features and modes into the game, but the core isn't functioning. And when you do that, no matter how great everything else is around it, you don't have people wanting to play a game because you're getting inconsistent results and you're getting a game that frustrates the user. That's what it comes down to. When you're playing the game, you have an expectation, just like when you're watching a football game, of what can happen. And your expectation with Pat Mahomes is vastly different than your expectation with Russell Wilson. And there's reasons for that. There's logic for that. Yet with EA and Madden, you throw all of those things out the window. If you really boil it down, that is the problem EA has had. There's nothing that makes the game fun to play because every player feels the same. There's nothing that makes the game unique to play because when you go online, everyone uses the same teams to get the same players because team strengths really don't matter. There's no reason to go play outside of the most highest rated teams. There's no reason to care about players that aren't the fastest. Now, I will say in terms of what I've seen with the beta, there is some improvements to the blocking. There is some improvements to how receivers get out of their break. But I think also we understand that if you've played this beta and you've played the final release, you know for whatever reason, the game changes from beta to release and then a sequence of patches to the game. And it plays very much differently. They've talked about this as tuning. They've talked about this as community feedback. But ultimately, I think we also understand that the loudest community in this Madden sphere is the Madden Ultimate Team gamers. And ultimately, what they want to see replicated by the players they pay for is what they're going to get. They are the ones that lead the charge of gameplay changes because they are the ones and the only ones that are truly continuing to pay for players. You or I get Madden, we load up franchise, we realize it's broken, the players don't act unique, we call it a day. A MUT gamer gets the game, grinds for packs, purchases points, and then the next thing you know, they've got a plethora of players that they use every month and then replenish the month after, hoping to see different things, hoping to get a different experience. And it is that person that EA has truly had to cater towards. All of the content, all of the ignoring other game modes. Make no mistake, it boils back to Madden Ultimate Team. And that's why, in a nutshell, when you see things like this in a trailer, you as a gamer should immediately be skeptical. Because if you know the way they programmed this game, and you know that they had to go get someone other than Pat Mahomes to do this animation, then you know that the checks and balances aren't there to prevent other players from doing it. And for the longest time, people have kind of clowned on EA for doing this. Make no mistake, I brought it up about 2 months ago when they had an issue and had a player that I believe was 5 centimeters, not 5 foot. That was a call of how broken the game was. EA instead ran with it as an inspirational tale of a miniature player, but the player could do all the same animations. There's no difference between the game being broken then and the game being broken now. It's just the reason it's broken is different. And that's why when you get this game, maybe you enjoy it for 2 to 3 weeks. But the lifespan of Madden to a gamer is very short. And that's why also I think a lot of people look at what EA puts out with promise and come to my channel and say, you haven't played it. It's different this year. They've had a whole season to work on it. But if you follow the lineage of this game, you know the problems that are in the game today were not taken out last year when they said it was the most polished version, the year before that. So you're telling me that a console generation, multiple years can go by, and they can't resolve an issue. But now they're going to get it out of the game in less than 2 months. It's not reasonable. EA has total control over what they show you in a trailer. If they showed Russell Wilson making that pass, people would be up in arms. So instead of doing that, they show Pat Mahomes doing it, because they know you're going to equate that to new animations, better game, more realistic simulation football. But you better believe when you look at it the other way around and you see Josh Allen doing it, you better have the same concept of this is ridiculous, this isn't what we expect, this isn't simulation football, this is dice roll animations that have been a problem since day one in this game. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching this video, and you know, as long as any quarterback in the game can be Pat Mahomes, depending on the animation, there is no way I will not be back in the week with more commentary.